All right, here we go. Hello, everybody. Magnum here, and welcome to Heat 2 of the Magnum Cup series. Now, this was supposed to come out yesterday. My apologies that it's been a few days since the last one. I was supposed to release one every other day, but I'll be releasing two hopefully tonight. I will film this and I will film Heat 3 as well. Heat 2 was supposed to come out yesterday. It's my bad. I just could not get the audio of my microphone to play any sound. So I would do a test video and I would talk, but it was not coming through in the video. It was just my audio was completely broken and I didn't know how to fix it. So I was having the same problem tonight after a little bit of ChatGPT investigation and a few more tests. I believe everything is working now. So I should have my voice back for the two races I'm going to film tonight. Now, both races aren't going to be in one video because it does take a little bit of time to set everything up. So I will, film this as two separate videos, but they will both be coming out hopefully tonight. So if you're watching this, there will be another one being filmed after this. But welcome to Heat 2. This is an extremely stacked lineup. The last one we had William Byron, and then mostly a bunch of like mid-pack, two backmarker level drivers. It was really only William Byron and mostly just scrubs. And I know I probably just pissed off like half of the fan base by calling everybody scrubs, but whatever. Point being, this field is a lot more star-studded. You got Carson Hocevar on the pole, and to his outside is Christopher Bell. We got a lot of black and red cars in this race. But Bell starting second. We have Austin Dillon in third, Kyle Larson in fourth, Denny Hamlin in fifth, John Hunter Nemechek in sixth, Cole Custer in seventh, Shane Van Gisbergen in eighth, and Ryan Blaney in ninth. So we have a very, very large amount of. We have a very, very, very large cast of characters. It is going to be interesting to see who gets through and who doesn't, because you could have Hamlin, Larson, and Bell, but then Blaney and Hocevar are out. You could have Hamlin, Blaney, and Bell, but then Larson's out. It could be like there are going to be some very good drivers that are going to be out in this race. And then, let's just say someone like Cole Custer or Austin Dillon or John Hunter Nemechek takes one of the spots, or God forbid they take the top three. That's even more spots going away to everyone else. So this is what makes the Magnum Cup Series unique. It is that literally anybody can win this race, and literally anyone can win the tournament. So it was Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, and William Byron advancing from round one. Let's see who will be joining those guys in the semifinals. Or in the finals, my bad. Let's roll in Daytona. And we're lagging to start this race. It was lagging on the opening start of the last race too, so hopefully it'll be running fine from here on out. But thus far, SVG going way below the line, but Hocevar out to the early lead. Austin Dillon right behind. And also, if you want to know how this whole thing works, watch the first 4 or 5 minutes of my original video on Heat 1 if you want to know how everything works. But here we go. Hocevar up to the middle lane. Austin Dillon going to go low. Osavar going way high. And we're already getting 3 wide here. And it'll be Hocevar leading lap 1. Thus far, we got through lap 1 without any major contact, which we could not say about the last race. Last race went pretty good as far as, cautions go. We had a bit of wrecking, but we were able to get a long green flag run in. Let's hope the same happens tonight. Hocevar is going to be back on the outside. Austin Dillon on the inside. Denny Hamlin's going to make it 3 wide up towards the front. And they are 3 wide for the lead. Christopher Bell trying to generate a run on that top with help from Kyle Larson. And we saw this in the last race. Everybody got 3 wide, even 4 wide relatively early. I haven't seen 4 wide yet. I assume we're going to see that. And I did turn the draft up once again. I didn't go too high, but I did turn it up a little bit once again. And you just saw Osavar got a big run, but Austin Dillon is now going to be on the inside. He's got Cole Custer pushing him. Oh, Dillon almost into the 77. Now the bump drafts are going to be wild in this race. Everybody is still rolling. And they are 3 wide again. And it seems to be the Black Brigade up front. I guess it's black and orange on the 3, but, black and red, I guess black and silver, black and white. Point being, the 3 cars leading this race look pretty similar as far as the color scheme. Bell, Hocevar, and Austin Dillon. And they're 3 wide for the lead now. 3 wide, the entire field deep. 3 rows deep, 3 wide. And this could be interesting because, big push from Cole Custer to the back of Austin Dillon. That's going to get him out front. But this is going to be interesting with the draft turned up. Thus far, it's worked out thus far. We're 5 laps in. Imagine this goes green the whole way. I'd be surprised. And as they enter turn 3, the 11 trying to get to the back of the 77. The 41 is all over Austin Dillon right now, getting really aggressive with the pushes, and that's, I think, what you're going to need to do, because that has put Cole Custer into the conversation for the top 3. Remember, the top 3 spots are what these drivers are going after. A win gets you a higher spot, but at the end of the day, the main event is going to be 50 laps. So, if you finish 3rd in the last heat, you're going to be starting in last. And, the 3 in the wall, and they're getting 4 wide. But once if you finish last in the last heat, then you'll be starting last in the main event. But that main event's 50 laps, so you have a ton of time to make your way forward. And I'm watching this 4 wide. The 11 really should be going lower to give Hocevar more room, but it worked out. They're 4 wide in the back again. Here comes Christopher Bell going to the inside. You also got SVG entering the picture. He's on the inside of Christopher Bell. But Austin Dillon, thus far, Austin Dillon has been looking pretty strong in this race. He bounced off the wall the last time he came through off of turn 4, but he's doing a good job right now, doing exactly what he needs to do. Is this going to go green? The 3's selling. Almost flips himself on the outside wall. That's going to give SVG the run on the inside with help from John Hunter Nemechek. That could have been a really bad way for the 3 to go out right there. I mean, obviously, if he'd flipped, that would have been a caution. I would have called it, but almost disaster. And it could be disaster already because the 3's on the outside. He doesn't have the preferred inside lane anymore. John Hunter Nemechek now in the middle. He's in between SVG and Austin Dillon. And it seems like they're getting really close coming down this front straightaway. This has been where they've almost wrecked several times. You're going to be watching them through here. They're doing a lot of moving around. Imagine this goes green the entire way. Wouldn't that be something? with the draft even more than it was last time, and we go green all the way. We'll see the 42 all over the back of SVG, and the 42 is going to block low. That's a smart move there by John Hunter Nemechek. The inside, if you just run the bottom, you're probably going to be good. Nemechek, we'll see if he moves up after he gets clear of SVG. And Dillon, just the outside lane, seems to get the biggest run out of turn 4. And Dillon will be back to the lead. They are 3 wide again. The entire field are getting a bit close together. And they're going to spread back out in turns 1 and 2. Now Nemechek out in front. He's going to block Austin Dillon, or at least try to. SVG, they're 4 wide. They are 4 wide. Could be 4 wide for the lead eventually, but SVG doesn't really have any drafting help, and that's going to suck him backwards. And we'll see. They're so far keeping it clean. Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson. You also got Ryan Blaney lurking back there. Blaney hasn't really been a factor in this thing. Could he potentially be trying to get himself involved with this battle up here? Very, very good race. Denny Hamlin on the inside of Austin Dillon. Larson. Does Larson have a run? We're lagging considerably down the back straightaway, but things are getting a bit more clean now. Here's Cole Custer, who we also haven't heard much from. He's on the inside, pushing Denny Hamlin. And Hamlin's going to move up the track here. The 20 and the 41. Look at Blaney to the back of the 5. Larson on the outside, going for the race lead. And he's going to have Ryan Blaney still pushing. Cole Custer right to the back of the 3. Nemechek trying to make a pass on Hamlin. Thought better of it. Hamlin in the middle. Now can the outside lane generate enough of a run? Here comes Larson. Dillon blocks. That's going to give Cole Custer clean air on the bottom. Now can Cole Custer get to the inside? Larson and Custer splitting, going in each direction, putting Austin Dillon in the middle. He's potentially clear high if he wanted to jump up there. Not anymore. Larson's back on the outside. They're 3 wide for the lead with 4 laps to go. 4 laps. Here comes Bell, and there they go. Around goes John Hunter Nemechek. He'll take SVG with him, and the caution's out. They finally wrecked. First yellow of the night. And it'll be Austin Dillon potentially coming around to lead at the line. This is going to be a short recording because we've only had 1 caution. But it'll be Austin Dillon who is dominating this like it's 2024 and 2025 Richmond. And Larson's going to flip, but that's after the caution was already out. All right, let's re-rack them here. So it was Austin Dillon in the lead. Dillon first. Cole Custer in second. Third was Christopher Bell. Fourth was Kyle Larson. Ryan Blaney was 5th. 6th was Denny Hamlin. We had Hocevar in 7th. Nemechek in 8th. And SVG in 9th. Let's spawn that. All right. Ticker, I will set it, I think 12. Whoops, I set the race laps to 12. My bad. Everyone's laps are at 12. Here we go. We'll have 3 laps to go on the restart. Green flag back in the air. Going to be watching for chaos in the back. They're getting pretty spread out here to start the restart. Everybody's gotten off all right. Here we go. Entering turn 1. Dylan's got a big lead. Can he hold it for 2 laps? He's been dominant all day. They're starting to get a run. Bell and Cole Custer. What a run it would be for Cole Custer if he could get that 41 car in. Here comes Christopher Bell underneath Austin Dillon. Dillon's going to go high. Blaney going middle. Interesting move by the 12. Dillon almost wrecks. He almost chop blocks the 20. And we have 2 laps to go here from Daytona in heat number 2. The 3 just has to block for 2 more laps. And the victory is his. Christopher Bell in the middle. Custer trying to generate a run from the outside. Big push to the back of the 20. The 3 probably should have blocked right there. The 20, but the 3 trusted drafting help from the 41. And they're going to make contact entering 3. More contact. They keep it straight. Almost a huge wreck. Here we go. White flag. No more cautions. Whatever happens, this is going to be the finish. It'll be Bell and Austin Dillon side by side. The 3's in the wall again. Hamlin on the inside. Bell's going to the middle. He's going to go block Austin Dillon. The 3 is now in 4th. No longer in a transfer spot after dominating all day, but he's not giving up yet. Big push to the 20. Down the back straightaway, Denny Hamlin with help from Cole Custer and Ryan Blaney. Hocevar has a chance still. 3 wide. It's the Joe Gibbs Racing teammates as they come out of turn 4. To the checkered flag. Side by side, Hamlin and Bell. And it's gonna be Christopher Bell winning Heat 2 with Denny Hamlin in 2nd and Austin Dillon almost sold the last transfer spot, but he will take 3rd and he will advance. And that right there is the definition of a clean, mostly clean race with Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin, the JGR teammates, getting through, and Austin Dillon taking the last transfer spot. After dominating the whole day, he almost misses out. And what an unbelievable finish that was. After only 1 yellow, this is with the draft turned up. I turned the draft up more than I did last time, and we somehow had more wrecks, or less wrecks, today than we did in Heat 1. What a race, and I will see you in Heat 3.